Now that we have an idea of what a pivot table is, let's actually create one. And the first thing you're going to need to do is find your data. Now this is a little bit of a misnomer because there is actually a way of connecting to external data, which might not even be on your page, but we'll talk about that in just a second. So we find our data. You don't necessarily need to select everything, so you don't need to do a select all, especially if it's something like a table. But you can just click in one cell, just somewhere in it. Don't click a range, just one cell. And in your Insert tab, you will find two buttons up here. Insert Pivot Table and Recommended Pivot Tables. Now the Recommended Pivot Tables is kind of cheesy because all it is the ability to insert a pivot table, but get yourself a few steps ahead by having it kind of look at your data and say, I think this would make a good pivot table. And it gives you some options there. I don't think I've ever really used this because it's not worth my time of finding the one I want recommended to me because I can make it myself in less time. Once you build the pivot table, you can build the pieces for it up really, really, really quickly. So you don't necessarily need to do a recommended pivot table, but let's see it. We click the button, you can see all the different types that you can choose from in here. You can see all these different things, be like, oh, okay, sure. That might help me out there. Now, if I didn't want one of these, I can always click blank pivot table at the bottom. But if I just click pivot table, we get this screen. And this is the create pivot table box. It's going to ask me, where's my data? Where do I want it to go? And do I want to add it to the data model? So first of all, it says select a table arrange. It says table 1. As we learned in the other videos, every table gets its own unique name. And once you have a unique name, that can be used as a reference for it. So this table is called generically table 1. That's fine. That's better than A1 through, what does it be, K2000. Because if you use a stock range, A1 through K2000, and you go to the bottom and you add a new record into A2001, that pivot table you created does not include that. You'd have to insert it somewhere in the middle. So by putting it as a table, if you go to the bottom of a table and you add a row, that table envelops the row into it and it becomes part of the table. And then guess what? You refresh your pivot table, new records in there as part of your data. So by using a pivot table, you can expand or contract your data really easily, which is a lot easier than it's going to be if you were just using a data range. There's also things to consider like PowerPivot. If it's not a table, it can't be used in PowerPivot. So making things into a table tends to be worth the effort because you don't lose any features and you gain all this bonus capability eventually. So we can do that. If instead of something on our sheet, we wanted to use an external source, like a database connection, I could say use an external data source, and I could go and choose from connections in this workbook. So if I had made a connection in this workbook, I would be able to go and find one there. But I wouldn't necessarily have to do that. So you can use an external source. Next, it's going to ask, where do you want this to go? The first pivot table you create should pretty much always go into a new worksheet. Pivot tables can get drastically larger and smaller in size with a couple clicks of a button. If that happens, and there's a pivot table underneath your pivot table, and it tries to grow, if it hits the one underneath, it won't be able to grow, and it will just error you out. You'll just get an error saying can't do it. So at least initially, you want your pivot table to be unopposed underneath so it can just go as big as it needs to and get as small as it needs to. Once you've set a pivot table, you could build another pivot table below it, with the assumption being that this top one isn't going to change. And then you can work on the one down below, and that would be okay. You can have as many pivot tables as you want from one data source. So just because I have a table here doesn't mean I can only have one pivot table. In fact, it would not be a surprise to find that I make 10 pivot tables off of this one source. One of the other things we're going to learn about is that Pivot charts, you can only really have one per pivot table. So you need as many pivot tables as you want pivot charts eventually. So there could be issues like that. So I was going to put it in a new worksheet. That's great. You can also put it in an existing worksheet. You just have to go and find where you want it to go and click there. Then there's this question about the data model. Adding this to the data model is the first step toward connecting tables together and using PowerPivot. PowerPivot is an extremely powerful tool that allows you to connect tables together as well as connect to external sources of larger than 1 million data points. So you can get into the hundreds of millions, if not billions, of data points. You can do that in PowerPivot, and it starts with the data model. Now, the only thing you have to understand about this is that if you use the data model for this pivot table, and you then create another pivot table later, if you want them to connect or do anything together, they have to have the same setup. So I would either say always use the data model or never use the data model. And since right now we don't need it to be used, we're just going to say, oh no, let's not worry about it right now. So we're going to leave it unchecked. And now I click OK, and I have a pivot table. And this is the moment where you have to then wait for the next video to find out what any of this even means. Because, hey, this looks kind of weird, but stay tuned.
We hope this video helped. Make sure to click the thumbs up and click the subscribe button right here. And click the link above to check out our Limelight classes, a free virtual live training. See you in the next video.